Hey, it's Matt here. I've got some tips on managing unhappy clients. And I think the most important thing is to find the appropriate channel for communicating. Typically, face to face is ideal or a phone call, particularly if they're really unhappy and you're not sure exactly what it is. I think emails can escalate a conflict, particularly if you misunderstand what they're unhappy about and they misunderstand the tone and your response. So establish direct communication. The next thing is get to the root of the problem and get, if they're unhappy with the cost of something, find out whether they're unhappy with the number of hours that were allocated to that item, the rate. What is it that they're unhappy about? You have to dig a little bit sometimes. And when you've resolved it, the thing that most builders miss is acknowledgement. And that's absolutely critical. You need to acknowledge what they're unhappy about. And you can do this by saying, okay, I understand that you're unhappy about how many hours one of my guys spent doing this thing. Okay, I get it. And that's fair. Don't jump to solution without acknowledging the problem. Identifying, understanding, acknowledging. Then the solution. Now, the first thing I will say is it's okay to think on it and not jump to solution. Think on it, consider it, understand it, and then it's okay to say, all right, I got you. I understand the problem. Let me review it with my team. Let me think about it, and I'll come back to you. Totally appropriate to pause right there and think about how to fix it. Now, some things are easy to fix and other things are hard. Some things are impossible to fix and you need to offer something in return. And one mechanism might be to value the cost of the thing that they've lost, they haven't got, create a value for it. If it's ambiguous still, one thing that I really like to do, and I take a risk on it and I'm prepared to lose some money, but I want a happy client. So I say to my client, you're a fair-minded person. Why don't you pay what you think is reasonable for that thing? Now, it's not obvious. I don't say pay what's reasonable for my $100,000 bill. I say for that item that you've raised an issue with, why don't you pay what you think is reasonable? And that's normally the end of it. And you flip it back to them, and they are a fair-minded person because you've just identified them as a fair-minded person. They tend to do the right thing. Sometimes they just pay all of it. And so that's my hack for unhappy clients. First, call them, then understand the issue, then acknowledge. This is a bit that I'm telling you, easy to miss. We like to jump to solutions. Acknowledge, okay, you're unhappy about this, and I get it. And I understand what you're saying. I may not agree with it, but I understand it. Then come up with a solution. It's okay to wait, and it's okay to think about it, and then implement the solution. It's also good to check in again and make sure that your client is happy after the fact. That's it from me. Just some tips on managing clients. You want to keep them happy. You want them to give you a good review. You want them to be there when you want to provide a reference. Okay, take care.